welcome everybody. I have not been on screen in quite a while, but I was reflecting this morning as I woke up, got my day started, doing my connecting, and then just kind of realizing the pattern that I've been feeling within myself as we are in December of 2021. It is the 17th currently. I was outside grounding. I was actually just sitting outside on my deck, even though it's winter here. It don't look like it, does it? But it is. Lots of shifts and changes, and I'm really thankful for the lightworker community on sharing the ascension symptoms, because I have, as a double earth sign, for whatever reason, chosen this time in my life to wake up in the matrix. So I was outside thinking, wouldn't it just be easier to go back asleep in the matrix and not feel everything so deeply as us deep feelers do? And I think I've shared this on my channel before, but my main crutch, other than cigarettes in my whole lifetime being a sensitive soul, was alcohol. And no coincidence, I have Neptune in my first house with my ascendant, and Neptune is the energy of such deep feelers and healers that they can be overwhelmed. A lot of us empaths and starseeds and light workers are sensitive to the energies. And so as I was feeling the Schumann resonance spiking this morning, because it is right now, which I kind of knew was coming. That's why I love astrology so much, because we are at the Galactic center, where the sun is at about 26, 27 degrees of Sagittarius, where it's aligning with the galactic center. And so we have light codes interacting as we awaken more intensely. And the Schumann is spiking right now, and I feel them every time. And I've been talking to the divine creator about that, and going, I need to be able to manage these energies in a way that is healthy, so that I can feel them and allow that to flow through me, but not become attached, because it gets so intense sometimes, if you know what I'm talking about, of feeling these energy shifts, whether it be the collective fear or the Schumann resonance spiking. And so I was sitting outside going, talking to spirit, talking to the divine, reflecting, going, sometimes I feel it would just be easier to go back asleep in the matrix, to go back to my old ways of numbing my sensitivity with alcohol. I still do have the crutch of smoking tobacco, but I kind of just have no attachment or negative energy attached to that. And so knowing that that's what I utilize by sitting and rolling tobacco myself, and utilizing that, I just wanted to share that. Why I went off in that direction, I'm not quite sure, but so I was listening this morning, to another light worker, and I'm so glad I listened, because all of the ascension symptoms that he was explaining, I was like, check, tingling, goofy feelings in the feet, feeling very dry and dehydrated. I've woke up the last 2 nights feeling like there was just I told my husband, like a surfboard in dry sand, very thirsty, even though I drink a lot of lemon water. And so feeling like, as we integrate and become more and more of the light body, make sure, you know what, even the Gatorade with electrolytes in it, even if it has sugar, that can help you right now as well. Becoming completely hooked in one way or another, a diet, you may be finding shifts and changes in you that are not working right now. And so we have to keep adapting to that, because I'm telling you, I'm drinking more herbal teas. I'm a lover of coffee. Everybody knows that. However, really being guided by my body right now to listen to it and shift and change, and been making more herbal teas in the morning to help me with, especially with the nervous system for me. Lemon balm or chamomile, any of the teas that are, really good for the nervous system, because I gotta put my gloves on. We're adapting and changing and releasing so much of the density right now that it's just like, it can be overwhelming and taxing. A lot of people feeling exhaustion, and I've been having tingling in my feet ever since I've had the bioweapon, and I'm almost thinking now that it's a lot of me just purging and shedding old energies, a lot of the density. So the Sagittarius sun is going to be shining over onto the moon in Gemini, creating a full moon here coming up on the 20, I wrote notes, on the 18th. And then, of course, the 19th, we have Venus going retrograde in Capricorn. That's a big shift in energy as well, reflecting about our relationship with ourselves and others, and finding the beauty in the present moment, deepening our relationships with ourselves first and then others. And then Chiron, the wounded healer, going direct on the same day as Venus retrograde. That's huge. In Aries, the sign of self. So we're in between this portal of the 1212 and the 1221 opening of this gateway, this portal that's at the center of the galactic center. That is what, about 26, 27 degrees of Sagittarius. So it didn't surprise me this morning when I was feeling a little bit off, and I went in and grabbed my device and looked at the Schumann resonance, and sure enough, huge light, huge shift in frequency, a lot of density purging. I know a girlfriend of mine shared with me, and then again, my video that I listened to on YouTube this morning, same thing, people feeling like they need to purge things physically. You could be purging in your body as well, having shifts in your bowel movements, more frequent urination, I'm noticing, and I drink a lot anyway, but even more so. And then again, no matter how much you drink, still feeling dry. I've been having an issue with dry eyes. That's why I haven't been on and been sharing my passion, as I've been internalizing a lot, and I've been listening to a lot of podcasts or my beautiful friends on YouTube, but just not watching, like listening, because my eyes are super dry. And we've had a lot of shifts in the weather globally as well. 60 some degrees is a very unordinary temperature for Michigan for December, especially mid-December. That's what it was for the past 2 days, with a lot of high winds coming in with that. And kind of, I felt like it was just like a cleansing, high winds, gusts up to like 65 miles an hour. And I know this is globally, it's not just here where I reside. Noticing little different things that your animals are doing, or if you have pets, noticing they're really doing things that are unordinary for themselves, clinging closer to you. I'm noticing mine, like coming right in the bathroom with me when I'm going to the bathroom. Caught my dog down by the road today. She's 13. She's never done that. All of a sudden, she's just wandering off down by the road. My horses have been definitely showing the shift in the energy as well. I mean, we are energy, and we all feel it, even if we're not aware. But being aware of what's happening really does help, especially with somebody like me, being a sun sign Virgo, where I have to pay attention to my nervous system, and just lots and lots of layers and healing of thyself with this Chiron going direct, right? And kind of this energy of going forward into the consciousness of the earth plane within humans on how we want to manifest a new world. It's already here. Gaia has already done it. We're now integrating it. I believe that's what the procession of the equinox was about, that took place, like a reset of not destroying ourselves. But there are those that understand that fear and manipulation has been a powerful tool for them for so long. And so we're feeling that as well in the polarities as they're dropping back and forth. And so I think the biggest thing to remember to go to that 0 point is, yes, we've been hijacked. Don't get hung up in the, allow anger to flow through you feeling like we've been robbed, but not to cling to it and anchoring into that same old timeline that's breaking, because it's super intense. Like, I've been talking to the divine creator about, okay, I have an understanding of why I feel all these energy shifts and always have since I was young, even though I numbed it out, right? Unaware. But now that I'm processing and purging and growing and letting go, just remind me who I am. And so I went in the house after I was reflecting outside and drew a card from the Cryon Oracle for this current energy shift that we are now aligning with the Galactic Center, and then seeing that show up in the Schumann resonance today, which I kind of felt like was coming. You know, it's kind of been doing a weird buffer and having a lot of people go into the heart space too. Personally, for me, thankfully, I'm not feeling heart palpitations, but some of you may be feeling the heart palpitations and the heart flutters and having a lot of intense dreams where you're not only purging physical things in your life, but emotionally purging and doing work in your dream state at nighttime. So I went in the house and drew a card from this deck, the Cryon Oracle, to kind of get a better understanding of what it is right now with this Galactic Center and the Schumann spike that we're experiencing. And the reminder from the Cryon is that I am eternal. This is what will benefit you right now to remember, because a lot of us are feeling this, like feeling like, oh my gosh, am I freaking dying? Feeling so many different things going on within our bodies that it's so intense sometimes if you're an empath like myself, and it can become exhausting. So make sure you're hydrating, resting, being consciously aware of your breath and taking it deep into your solar plexus. And we have the solar energy coming up in the yellows in this card. Emotional freedom technique, the EFT tapping is helping me tremendously right now. And then getting out in nature, which is a must for me every day, but getting out and getting grounded and remembering that ultimately you're okay, all is well with your soul. And the helpful information right now with all of the intense energy that we're all feeling, aware of or not, that you are eternal. I am a part of the creative source. I am as old as old. I am as young as young. I am eternal and my wisdom is forever. I can co-create miracles even though I am human, because my soul awakens in me. And the beauty of mastery is finally within my grasp. I am that I am. The I am God quote has been controversial for as long as I've been channeling. What if instead it was the core truth? Let me ask you something. If you are made in His image and from the Creator itself, why can't you also be the part of creation energy? Cryon has told us many times that the term created in His image means created in love. Even the Holy Bible contains many references to the fact that we are all children of God, or even sons of God. Why then is it so difficult to believe that God is inside of us? Most of the monotheistic, I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing this one, monotheistic earth beliefs in the afterlife, and that our souls are eternal. This is the basis of the I am eternal statement from Cryon, describing the truth about humans. So more and more as we go into all these different portals and all this doorway to the Aquarian age, we're going to have more and more revealed, scales removed from our eyes if we so choose to this lifetime, to have an understanding that we're actually cosmic beings, and that our origins are from the stars, from the heavens, and that our spark of creation, when we reincarnate back into the earth plane, all of that energy being held within the crystalline grid. And that's why our deceased loved ones can still come through to us, is because a part of that energy, a part of their Akash, a part of our Akash, is held in the crystalline grid of Mother Earth. So not only has she shifted already in the spiral of evolution, but now we are. It's time for us to catch up. And so we're seeing more and more the Schumann spikes. We're seeing more and more of the old structure in the Capricorn energy and the Saturnian energy of restrictions, domination. And I mean, it's so plain to see if you're awake And even if the people that are not awake, in all due course, everybody is right where they're supposed to be. So remind yourself of that often. And I know when I listen to my brother Michael on Everyday Lives, sharing this morning about the ascension symptoms and you're not dying, I was guided to listen to that because I have felt such intensity lately that it's like, holy shit, can we just have a little breather? And so just remind yourself that you're eternal. That's what the message is today. And that will help soothe you, whether it be in the mind, putting on the full armor of God by saying, my thoughts need to be the highest that they can be. If you have a negative thought, flip the script, retrain it, let it go, and co-create. And that's the ability and the power that we have as a human, as an eternal being, is that we can redo and rejuvenate ourselves. And the message today is very clear. Repeat it to yourself with the solar energy, with the solar flare coming in. If you're feeling the intensity of maybe you're not even feeling the ascension in the manner of the Schumann spiking. Maybe you're just feeling the density in the collective and the fear. Remind yourself that you're eternal. Keep doing your work. Love yourself. Maybe get out in the sun. Today's been the first time that we've had sun here in my state in quite some time. If you don't have it where you're at, up your vitamin D3. Hydrate. I can't say that enough. It's like so super, super dry. And because our bodies are made up of so much water and we have this light coming in and we're vibrating higher and higher and higher, any of that density can make you feel like, holy shit. That's why a lot of people are feeling the body things. And so really just take good care of yourself, your thoughts, centering in the heart of the eternal flame, and keep doing you and grounding that energy. I hope this is helpful, whoever tunes in to listen. Pardon me if you're a subscriber and I haven't been on a whole lot. I've been definitely going through a lot of processes myself, and again, one of them is looking at the screen. So take good care as we move through this doorway and have so much going on with the full moon, the portal, the solstice where the sun moves into Capricorn. I think it's called the long night moon, so it'll be the longest night in the northern hemisphere, and I believe the shortest in the southern hemisphere. Don't quote me on that. I believe that's what it is. So this balancing of the yin and the yang and the polarity, and what it really is all about going back to the 0 point of creation, where we've all fooled ourselves and we were open to being manipulated. We were led by those that weren't in authenticity. So now is the time where it's time to work on yourself and practice your own mastery of a co-creator and an eternal being, and taking authority back, not only over your mind, but over your body, and not to be led astray by those that don't have, the pure intention, as many of us light workers have came to realization of, and that we all matter. Every color, gender, authenticity, and cultural. So keep being guided by your own heart. That is the truth and the way. Take very good care of yourselves. Keep your mind in check. Keep your heart centered and balanced and full of love. And really, I do believe that's where the heart of creation, that 0 point energy is. So we can go forward in a new way with this new earth, working with her instead of against her. Much love to you guys. Shalom, shalom.